Hello YouTube, it's Carrie and this is Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. I am your Saturday vlogger. It's a little bit late, but it's still Saturday. This is such a great topic this week. So, as you may have heard, if you've been watching the other posts throughout the week, we've all heard make it a lifestyle. Tell us what that means to you. How have you gone from your pre-weight loss surgery lifestyle to your post-weight loss surgery lifestyle? This is a really interesting question for me, actually, because I think I truly only adopted a lifestyle a little bit over a year ago. I had surgery in 2009. It's not recent that this happened, or it's not recent that I had weight loss surgery. So it's 2016. I had my weight loss surgery about 7.5 years ago, and it was only a little bit over a year ago that I truly adopted a lifestyle. Can you guess maybe why I may have regained a lot of weight? It was because I didn't adopt a lifestyle. When I first had my mini gastric bypass, I was over bypassed severely and had to learn to eat beyond my surgery. So instead of learning good habits in those years following my surgery, I actually had to do the opposite. I had to learn to eat beyond my surgery. And that really messed me up, like truly. So when I finally did have my revision, I was okay for a little bit, but as soon as the intense level of activity and the shock that your body goes through after you initially have surgery, and then I got sick, and that just like blew it up. So because I never had to learn all that healthy lifestyle stuff the first time around, I had to figure it out on my own after I'd already regained 110 pounds. I went from 300 plus pounds, down to my lowest was like 124. So it was like scary. Like I was like, oh my God, I have to like eat to live and eat as much as possible. And then when things got fixed and I actually started regaining weight, I thought, oh, this is great at first. And then it was like, no, this is not great. What do I do? And I didn't really have the tools. I never got that post-op care that a lot of people get. I never, because of everything that I went through, I didn't really have to learn that stuff. So really it was only like a year to a year and a half ago that I really started focusing on eating healthy. And it was in a moment out of desperation, out of like, I'm never going to be able to lose weight again. I am going to be obese for the rest of my life. If this goes on this way, I'm going to die between the ages of 45 and 65, and I'm not okay with that. What do I have to do? And you know what? Today I stand, I'm like pretty much like 90 pounds down in like a year. And it is because of the healthy lifestyle that I adopted. So, did it require, okay, how have you gone? So, yeah, no, what I eat now is completely different. Completely different. Screw carbs, screw like sugar, screw eating what is normal for most people. That's not me. I'm not doing that anymore. It's not possible. I cannot be a healthy individual and continue to eat that way. That is the most important thing to take away from this, is that I could not be a healthy individual and continue to eat like a normal person, because I don't have a normal metabolism. It doesn't exist for me. So I have to find what works for me, and so does everybody going through this. Did it require change, doing things differently? Absolutely. I can't eat a sandwich. I'm sorry. I can't go to a fast food drive-in and like easily pick something off the menu because pretty much none of it applies. One thing that I think I figured out from all of this is that um, if I ever do get in a relationship again, it can't be with somebody who is dependent on those kind of foods and expects me to go along with them, because that's not happening. It's not going to happen ever again. Been there, done that, learned my lesson, and I'm not revisiting it. Sorry, thanks. I'd like to stay healthy. Give us an example. Did it ever feel like you had to force it before it fell into place? This is kind of interesting, actually, because no. I think I was so ready for change. I needed change, and so I fully accepted change into my life. And yes, this only happened like a year to a year and a half ago. But once I made that decision, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. I did what I knew I had to do. And it wasn't like all at once. Yes, I say I don't eat carbs anymore. Like really, like I do. Like okay, I had a sweet potato like the other day, but few and far between. And that's not the worst thing that you can eat as far as the carbohydrate. And I do eat fruit, but I don't eat processed carbs. I just don't do it. Like I could show you my cupboards right now. There's like nothing. Probably like somebody who's used to eating convenient food would walk into my place looking for something to eat, and there's nothing. There is nothing. You know, grab some nuts. You can do that. You can grab some seaweed snacks. That's all good. But you will not find a cracker in this house because I can't do that stuff. And it's so like I don't even think about it as an option anymore. It's just not something that I need, and I feel so much better when I don't eat that stuff that it's not hard. Did you ever think it felt like work and you had to treat it as such? I don't think so. You know, back in March of last year when I dropped meat from my diet, I mean, at first, like the first 2 weeks when I tried doing the vegan thing, that felt like work. And that's why I knew it wasn't sustainable. I was like, I need to do something that I'm going to be able to enjoy, that I'm going to be able to be creative within, because that's important in my life. And so when I settled in on pescatarian, it was like I got the best of everything. Because I was eating the healthiest foods. I was eating stuff that I love. So it was easy. And then after I wasn't having to like cook for like, after my ex-boyfriend left, and I didn't have to like change what I made in order to satisfy his needs, and it was only about me, like none of that stuff was around. I didn't bring it into the house anymore. I did have a little bit of it here and there in the first like while. It wasn't immediate. It wasn't like all of a sudden I dropped every carb from my diet. No, but it was like in much more smaller amounts. What I was making was much more focused on the protein and produce part of it. So like if I made risotto, okay, I made risotto, but I didn't make risotto mostly with rice or with meat in it. It was mostly vegetables with a little bit of risotto in it, which is a very different thing than having something that is like a whole bowl of rice and like a little speck of vegetable in it. This was mostly vegetable and a little bit of rice maybe. And even now, like now I don't eat that anymore. I have what I want to accomplish in my sights, right? And so why would I bother eating that stuff if it's not going to get me to where I want to be? Because I have a lot of good options that I can rely on, and I don't have room for that stuff. Just period. I just don't have room for that stuff. So it's not really. It doesn't feel like work. It's kind of exciting, actually, because I enjoy my shopping trips. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy thinking of things to make and cooking. Um, okay, what advice would you give to somebody stating, make it a lifestyle and not a duty? You have to enjoy it. You have to, I mean, like, that's life. So you have to, I'm going to have a carb right now. Okay? I do enjoy a glass of wine once in a while because this is part of my lifestyle. I don't go crazy anymore. I don't drink a whole bottle of wine a night anymore. That wasn't work. I just didn't like feeling out of control. So now I do things and I'm evolving constantly. Like it's not that you ever stop thinking about it. You know, you are a work in progress. You know, it's funny because it makes me think of some of the paintings that I've seen of like artists that I really, really love. And I remember being at the Guggenheim and looking at a Kandinsky painting. And although I had already known that, you know, the first work on the canvas compared to the finished product was a very, very different thing. But seeing it up close, you could actually see the brush strokes over brush strokes over brush strokes. And I think that that is a great analogy for what lifestyle change is, in that your picture is constantly evolving, and you do the work on it because it's part of what you enjoy and your passion, and each part of that is beautiful and serves its own purpose. And in the end, you have your masterpiece, but part of that masterpiece is everything that went into it, every brushstroke from the beginning, from the sketches of what you think it's going to look like to what it actually ends up looking like in the end. And one is very different from the other. So lifestyle is not a static thing. It's an evolution. And I think I'll always imagine it as so. I'll always treat it as that. And I'll always continue to evolve within my lifestyle and enjoy it and make it serve what I want in my life. Hope you guys are all having a great week. See you next week. Bye.